what's the most epic comment that you've left or seen from a reviewer on a paper?
Oh, I love this question. My background and expertise is respiratory physiology, and I once submitted a paper. One of the reviewers commented, it's good work, but it would benefit if they added an author with some expertise in respiratory physiology. So that's a Hall of Fame comment.
That's great.
So hi, I'm Dave Fuller. I'm the Associate Dean for Research in PHHP, as well as a professor in the Department of Physical Therapy. I also direct the research lab across the street in the McKnight Brain Institute.
So you've competed in 2 Ironmans. If you could challenge any UF colleague to a triathlon, who would it be and why?
It would be Mark Bishop, so that I could beat his best time again.
What is Mark's time?
It's a lot slower than mine.
Speaking of Mark, you guys have been faculty at UF for a decent amount of time. He told me that you both often took a siesta and went up to the UF pool to swim some laps. What other fond memories do you have?
Mark and I were hired about the same week, so we started very close to the same time. Early in our first year, he came prancing down the hall with a spreadsheet in his hand, proclaiming that he had much more research funding than I did. I attribute any modest research success I've had to that moment and the desire to defeat Dr. Bishop. So thank you, Mark, for that.
You're part of a band called the Third Reviewers.
That is true.
So I have 2 questions about this. Number 1, can you tell me the brief history of your musical background? And then number 2, how did you pick the name of the band?
So I have absolutely no formal training in music. I just love music, and I taught myself guitar back in high school, and I've just been kind of figuring it out ever since. So I love to play. The band came about because I have some colleagues who we would meet at conferences that we would go to. We all realized we all had played instruments and thought, well, let's just give it a shot. The name of the band was in fact my idea, and it's because in science, everybody hates the third reviewer because that's the one who always trashes your grant or your paper. So we thought, what a perfect name for a band of science nerds.
What's your favorite set or song to play?
We actually do a pretty good take on Highway to Hell by AC/DC.
Nice.
I like that one. Or the last time we played together, we closed with Smells Like Teen Spirit, the Nirvana classic. So that's another fun one.
Can you start by telling me a little bit about your early days as a researcher and what inspired you to focus on respiratory neuromuscular biology?
The first research I did was as an undergraduate student at Miami University of Ohio. And there I was on the swim team, so I was really interested in athletics and performance. And so I got a job in the lab doing VO2 max testing on athletes. So I learned how to test maximal oxygen consumption, and I just found the whole thing fascinating. So then when I graduated from college, I was trying to decide next steps, and so I went and did a master's degree in exercise physiology at University of Arizona. And for that, I was looking at training the respiratory muscles to improve performance in athletes, and also trying to see if fatigue of the muscles that drive breathing impacts their performance. That got my interest in breathing and the science of breathing, and eventually transitioned into trying to understand how to rehabilitate breathing and improve it in persons with disease. So started with athletes and then moved on to diseases. In spinal injury, our current emphasis is looking at ways to provide more oxygen to the injured spinal cord. So when there's been a spinal trauma, one of the first things that happens is that the blood flow to a specific area of trauma goes close to 0. And so the oxygen drops very low, and this causes pathology. We're working under the hypothesis that if acutely after a spinal injury we can flood the area with oxygen, the subsequent recovery will be a little bit better. So it's not a miracle cure, but it's tipping the scales towards a better outcome and improved rehabilitation. So I'm quite excited about that. That's our current emphasis in spinal injury.
And what advice would you give to students looking to either go into research or even rehabilitation science?
Believe in yourself and your ideas. This so-called imposter syndrome, where people think that other folks' ideas are better and their ideas aren't good enough, it can hold you back. So I still often have doubts about my research ideas and are they any good, and You just have to get past that and know that as long as if you're reading the literature, if you're talking with experts, you have a foundation, your ideas are just as good as anybody else's. So I would advise you to pursue them. Ask questions at seminars. Don't sit in the back and hide, right? That's your chance to learn and grow. So be a leader and step up.
All right, so that was pretty much it. Anything else that you anything else you want to add? Anything you want to promote while you're here?
Is it still rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Students, I just encourage you to get involved with the college and all that we have to offer. I hope you participate in all the seminars that we offer, participate in our annual PHHP days. It's a great chance to present your work. And my office is up on the 4th floor. I'm happy to talk about your research, career development. I'm here to help.